the fact that we are looking at increasing trade as maybe a tool for economic growth as well as job creation. Now, this is all very fine because this is the way people talk, but let me be a little specific. We have, as a first effort, as you know, part of the Make in India was to identify the champion Make in India sectors. So what we would try to address is what is it that is required to make these champion sectors truly champions. So the line ministries have worked on their Make in India plans, which are available, which address their own bottlenecks, but in a broader sense, looking at issues of financing, looking at logistics, looking at infrastructure to support a particular sector is one way that we would try and sharpen this. In the same way for services, in March the Cabinet approved that we would focus on 12 champion services sectors. These are actually being formally launched by the President at the Global Exhibition on Services on 15th next week. But we are doing exactly this. We are looking at each champion sector specifically, working with those line ministries to see, do we have the right regulatory framework in place for the growth of that sector? 2, do we have the right service standards in place? Can we do that? And services, I mean, then we need to certify and also notify those. What is the infrastructure gap? How to address this? If there are any other bottlenecks that may exist, whether it is training, whether it is education, whether it is language skills, whatever. So this too, sector by sector for these 12 sectors we are looking at. Some of the sectors have financial enablement issues also. So there is a plan that is being developed for each of these 12 champion sectors, and that would then get its committee has been set up under the chairmanship of the Cabinet Secretary to actually review these plans, and a fund of 5,000 crores has been set up to identify what it is that is specifically required for the growth of that sector, which cannot be provided for in the budget of any line ministry. It is something specific or something special that needs to be done. So that fund has also got created, and the mechanics for doing it are also now under finalization. So this was one aspect that I focused on. The second was on the logistics aspect. As you know, that within the ministry we are now looking at the more efficient logistics management and how this should happen. The third plank is our work with the state governments. We have already brought out on the logistics, the effectiveness of logistics across states, a ranking